Tottenham versus Brighton. An interesting clash between the two teams. Let us take a look at how it all played out. Tottenham being the red and Brighton being the blue. This was a game of two halves and the better team was evident in the scoreline. Let's take a look at how this actually happened. Tottenham came into the game looking to use a 4-3-1 formation. But it was a bit difficult to actually see them in this formation. When they looked to build up, early on we would see Vicario, the Tottenham goalkeeper, step into the back line, and this would form a back three with the two center backs. The two full backs would invert at times. Porro primarily would overlap, allowing Johnson to invert and attack the half space, whilst Destiny would be more conservative, and he would only invert or push up slightly. Tottenham had a really well-organized counter-press in the opening minutes of the game. That made it difficult for Brighton to build up through Tottenham. This intense play from Tottenham led to deadly transitions in the game for Brighton, as they would look to push up players upfield, leaving space in behind, or in between the lines of press, leaving at times space for Tottenham to attack. What was evident was that Tottenham looked to play long balls in behind for Tell, as he had pace to get in behind the Brighton defense. Vicario would also be at times caught higher up the pitch, where he would be tucked in alongside the fullbacks, leaving space out wide, as he looked to manage the center of the pitch at times. This tactical approach did work for Tottenham, as they were able to get a penalty and they capitalized, and were able to create good chances in the game, evident in them having higher XG and more big chances. This, however, did not last for the whole game, as Brighton began to grow into the game and were able to increase the tempo and pressure on Spurs. Let's take a look at how they were able to turn this around. Brighton also approached the game in a 4-3-1, and the way they looked to execute their formation was relatively similar to Tottenham, evident in the average positions. Brighton at first started slow, but as the game progresses, Brighton looked to exploit Tottenham's unstable defensive shape in the initial lines of press. Tottenham defended in a 4-3-3 that would be zonal man marking, but they were not good at executing this idea, and would oftentimes be dragged out of position, leaving space open for Brighton. It was only when Tottenham were deep in a low block is where we would see Brighton struggling to penetrate the 18-yard box. Brighton had no central figure in the 18-yard box, as Brighton players would look to rotate in and out of possession, looking to create space in the center of the pitch. But Tottenham were robust, hence Brighton's high line in this game. Both fullbacks were a bit conservative, but we would often see them in the final third either conservatively supporting the attack, or under and or overlapping. But mostly they were deeper than the wide players, hence in the second half we would see Brighton attacking in a 2-4-4. Looking to pin back Tottenham. In the second half, when Matoma was subbed on, we would see most of the teams attack them from the right half side, as he would have the support of Veltman, who was extremely aggressive in pushing up, as well as Hinchelwood, who would attack the half space. Brighton were also able to play really good balls in behind and create chances. Overall, Brighton showed real character, as they went behind, but were able to dig deep and make a few tactical tweaks in the second half, and it surely paid dividends. Brighton were able to outplay Tottenham and looked the better team in front of goal, as seen in the different shot stats from both teams. Tottenham did have a good rest defense, but the team were just not able to cope with the fluid on and off the ball rotations from Brighton, and were struggling to cut the evident passing lanes Brighton looked to exploit.